Stars!
What is up, everybody? It's me, Raj, back to the video.
Welcome to Stevens. I'm Steven, this is Lynette.
Hello.
Can you see anything?
I cannot. How many fingers are you holding up?
We are this is the Hungry Challenge.
You're supposed to ask me that question.
Really? So we are going back to Steven Universe and we are making a
They
very
couldn't
highly
handle the
requested
challenge.
feast, which
They
is the
basically
Restaurant
lost.
Wars episode.
Yep, that means you
I
get
should
2
have
for
put a
1 in this
strike
episode.
there.
Dang! And they're actually really tasty. I can't wait to make them. We haven't made French fries, I don't think, ever on the show, except for fried bits.
We know you guys are super excited about this because it is well requested.
Yes.
And finally, your Steven Universe dreams are coming true.
For the 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah!
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah!
Let's cook. Well, I'll cook. You.
Right, I don't want to burn myself. There's some hot oil going on, so I should just step away.
Amethyst and Steven hit the kitchen to whip up 2 game-changing dishes for the Frymans and the pizzas in the episode of Restaurant Wars. The ploy, make their menu so revolutionary that the 2 families will stop warring.
It's amazing! It's genius!
We're recreating the pizza bagel and ketchup-filled fries today, so let's make like Steven and get cooking. Begin by cutting the ends and edges off of the potatoes and using a knife or fry slicer to cut them up. Just make sure the end result is a thick and square-shaped fry. Pat them down with a paper towel to remove excess moisture, then use a skewer to poke a hole through the French fry. Fill up a piping bag with some ketchup, then carefully insert the tip into the fry and squeeze the ketchup until it is filled. Once these are ready, heat up some oil to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and add in the fries, allowing them to fry for 5 minutes or until golden brown. Line them up on a white plate, sprinkle with some fancy schmancy truffle salt and a sprig of parsley, and they're ready to serve. For the pizza, slice the bagels in half and brush them with butter or olive oil and minced garlic, then stick them in the oven at 400 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes or until they're golden and toasted. Use cream cheese to fill the hole in the middle, then cover them with marinara sauce, little cuts of cream cheese just like Steven's, and lastly add fresh basil and chili flakes to finish the look. Voila! You've got ketchup-filled fries and pizza on the bagel with cream cheese. The Frymans and the pizzas can't deny it. These are
looks like
true
they
Steven
made
Universe
that.
culinary masterpieces.
Wow, that is amazing.
Alright, are you ready, Ash?
Ready.
Okay,
Wow.
here we go. Let's eat the fries first.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here, you choose.
I already started eating. Ketchup in the middle!
Wow. What an interesting combo. Thanks, Steve.
Also, these are French fries. Guaranteed they're gonna taste pretty good.
All right. What's next?
We got bagels.
Whoa.
Pizza bagels.
This sounds delicious.
Cheers.
I was gonna say looks delicious. I'd be lying to y'all.
Cream cheese.
It's a legit bagel bite.
Pizza's on the bagel. You can eat pizza anytime! I actually really like the cream cheese. No? Not bad?
You know what? I like the cream cheese because it acts like the cheese element on pizza. You obviously need cheese for pizza. It's interesting, but I'm gonna go with regular pizza.
Regular
Pizza on a bagel, not my favorite, but
We got a purist over here. Can you name the things behind you in the kitchen right now?
Yes.
We've always been there.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things behind you?
this is a fridge, that's a tree, and that's a knife rack,
Okay.
right?
What about to your right and behind you?
There is a cabinet full of cups. And then there is a drawer full of silverware. And then above that, in the middle of those 2 things I just mentioned, there is a cube from Portal.
Yeah.
And there is a container full of rainbow whisks.
Yep.
Ding, 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 I win the prize!
You missed one thing.
This week's feast.
El Berdigato Supreme.
We
300
got to
years is a very
Supreme.
long time to wait for something as crazy as El Berdigato.
Hey, what about the ultimatum? Remember, it comes out every century.
So technically, this should be 3 times as delicious.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Let's cook. Taco, burger, hot dog, pizza. All major food groups align in Teen Titans Go to form El Berdigato Supreme. It's like the Power Rangers, but with food. Let's start with our burger patty. Mix together your garlic and seasoning with ground beef and use your hands to thoroughly mix it together in a bowl. Shape your patty so it's about a ½ inch thick. It's gonna shrink in diameter by about a ½ inch when we cook it, so make it slightly wider than your burger buns. Cook the patty on the stove on medium-high heat and flip it once one side is finished, then set aside. Next up, taco meat. Add ground beef to another pan, pour on your taco seasoning, and let it cook until the pink is entirely gone. Drain the excess liquid and get all of El Verdigato's ingredients together. Melt some cheese on your burger patty and bun, then do the same for our tortilla that will be functioning as our mini pizza on top. Add 4 pepperonis, then set aside. Let's build. Start with the burger patty with cheese, pepperonis, 4 hot dogs, taco meat, strips of cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, your burger patty, and finally our mini pizza on top to seal the deal. And voila! That's it! El Verdigato Supreme. It's everything you dreamed of and more. El Verdigato Supreme.
Looking pretty good.
It's looking like something.
It's looking exactly like the picture.
Let's find out how it tastes. Cheers for you guys.
Guys, cheers.
To our health.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Everything in here is delicious, so there's no reason it shouldn't be good.
Hey, that bite I took was pretty legit.
Really?
I feel like a dude would love this.
Yeah. Man party.
So
Yeah.
much meat.
No.
What's up?
You gonna eat more?
I might take one more bite.
Alright. So what do you think? Better than the ultimatum?
I think that El Verdigato did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint.
It didn't.
It was tough to eat the whole thing.
Right.
I did.
Definitely you should share it.
Mhm.
You know, maybe cut it into fourths.
Maybe even eighths.
I enjoyed it. I would add a couple things to it. This week's feast.
Tiana's beignets from Princess and the Frog. Beignets are a New Orleans classic.
They're so good. I'll eat anything with powdered sugar and honey.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert.
Ding, 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 ding. What are you waiting for? Let's get cooking.
Let's do it! Beignets are a New Orleans classic. This delicious treat was brought to Louisiana. Hey everyone, how's it going? This week's very special guest is my good friend Byron Talbot. Check out his sweet cooking show at youtube.com/Byron Talbot. But this week we are making ratatouille, If you haven't seen it yet, go and watch Ratatouille, my personal favorite Pixar film from 2007. This delightful and wonderful film is based around the story of Remy, an anthropomorphic rat who loves to cook, and Linguini, his human friend. In order to make their food authentic, Pixar went to gourmet chef Thomas Keller, who came up with his own version of the movie's signature dish, Ratatouille. The movie's producer asked Kelly how he might make Ratatouille for a famous food critic. Keller designed his dish after the confit bialdi, and following closely to how we see it being prepared in the movie, we have our super authentic recipe for today.
What? I am making ratatouille. Well, how would you prepare it?
So, how are we making ratatouille? Basically, the first process is the pepperot sauce, which is the beautiful tomato and pepper sauce. Throw everything into a pot, reduce it, blend it, and make it beautiful and shiny. Okay. Put it at the bottom of the pot, and you have all these beautiful veggies.
Right.
Slice.
And it's very important that they're the same diameter.
Very important.
Make it look just like the movie.
Just like the movie.
Just like the movie. Start off by making your pepperade or pipérade in a sauce pot and saute your minced onions and garlic in olive oil until translucent. Add in your peeled tomatoes. We bought these in a can to save time. Next, add in your roasted peppers and tomato paste. Tear the leaves off your herbs and sprinkle them throughout. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Reduce for 10 to 20 minutes on medium-high heat until everything is looking nice and gooey. Now bring your concoction over to the blender and blend on a high speed for several minutes. We want this pureed and as smooth as possible. Remember, a master chef always has patience. Look how smooth it is. To prepare your vegetables, cut off the tips and slice it in half. Using a mandolin, firmly grasp your vegetable and make thin slices. These devices are very sharp and dangerous, so please be careful. If you're running out of room to hold the vegetable, just use the other half. Once you've sliced up your zucchini, squash, eggplant, and tomatoes, you're ready to start layering. Get that assembly line nice and ready. Smooth the pepperade across the bottom of your sauce pot and start layering your vegetables, alternating between each until the baking dish is covered in an even, consistent layer.
Fix it for us.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yep. Classic problem. Happens, yeah.
Classic problem. Cover the top with parchment paper and bake for 15 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees until the vegetables are completely cooked and tender. To make the vinaigrette topping, just add some olive oil, a touch of balsamic vinegar, and your herbs in a small bowl and stir until combined. Oh my goodness, that smells. Yes. And it smells so good.
It's a true work of art.
So plating is very important to cooking.
Really important, just because, you eat with your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Don't you eat with your eyes, too?
I eat with these things.
So you kind of stack it in a pile, still trying to retain the fan.
Exactly. Now this is the nice little vinaigrette on top.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, fancy.
Fancy.
Wow.
We have a beautiful dish. The word voila is perfect for this dish. Presentation is truly appreciated for this wonderful and simple meal that is certain to wow and impress your friends. Made with fresh ingredients, it's also pretty healthy. Serve it piping hot, but keep in mind, like ratatouille's, this dish gets even better overnight in the fridge. So you've got a great meal for tomorrow too.
Oh my goodness.
This is so good.
It's delicious. Creme de la creme, huh?
It's a good intake of vegetables.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This week's feast.
Dad, do it again.
There you go.
I say this week's
This
feast.
week's feast. Go.
This week's feast.
Dragon-sized dumps.
This week's feast.
Dragon-sized dumplings. With my mom. Hiya! 新年快乐. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. It's the year of the dragon, so this week we're going to cook something from Kung Fu Panda 2. Now, Po's father in the movie, Mr. Ping, runs a noodle shop, and traditionally on the New Year, you're supposed to eat noodles because it represents longevity. But because Po is the dragon warrior and it's the year of the dragon, we'll be making ourselves some dragon-sized dumplings, as seen here. Let's get started. You'll need 9 shrimp, 2 stalks of green onion, 1 inch of ginger root, 1.5 cups of celery, blanched and processed, 3/4 pound of ground beef, 2.5 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 cup of bamboo shoots, and of course, 1 tablespoon of Panda brand oyster sauce, not made from actual pandas. And for all my non-American friends, all of these measurements are in metric units in the more info box below. Begin by combining 2.5 cups of flour with 1 cup of warm water in a mixing bowl. If things start to stick, toss in a little bit more flour and continue to knead the dough. Once done, cover it up and let it sit overnight. Next, we'll begin preparing the ingredients to put inside the dumplings. First, mince the green onions. If you're not a pro chef like my mom, you can always do it the Dragon Warrior way. Next, you'll need to mince the garlic. Cut it into thin slices, then tiny matchsticks, and cut it up from there. Let's see how the Dragon Warrior did. And once again, if you're not a pro chef, you can always use a food processor. Next up, we'll be preparing the shrimp. Butterfly them by cutting it down the middle and then dicing it into smaller pieces. Do the same for the bamboo shoots. Remember, the smaller the better. Now take the blanched and processed celery and squeeze out the liquid into the ground beef using your hands. Once that's done, add in the ginger, green onion, and begin stirring your mixture until the ground beef has absorbed all the liquid from the celery. Pour in the 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 2 teaspoons of salt. But wait, this panda needs bamboo. Now add in the ingredients you just cut up and mix very thoroughly. Pour in the remaining celery. Don't be afraid to use your hands, just wash them first, please. After your dough has been sitting overnight, take it out and cut it into 4 slices. Roll each slice out into tubes and tear or cut off small chunks. We'll be turning these small bits into our normal sized dumplings. First, flour the surface you'll be working on, then flatten the dough. Carefully work your way around the dumpling with a roller, making sure to make it as circular, flat, and thin as possible. Then dollop some of your mixture into the dumpling. Taking one end, fold it over to the other and slowly work your way around, pressing each side down. You want to be extra sure that none of the mixture gets caught between the folds, otherwise your dumpling won't close properly. Finally, use your hands to wrap around the dumpling and press firmly one last time. Let's see how I did.
Oh God, you're
It's okay, it's
coming
okay.
out. No, it's not okay.
It's okay, yeah it is, because look, you just go...
No, because then you cannot close that.
Yep, my mom was right. Well, only one thing to do. Now that that monstrosity's been dealt with, let's make another. Roll out the dragon-sized dumpling in the same way that you prepared the other ones. Just make it much, much bigger. Ladle in that mixture, and it's time to wrap this baby up. Now this next part might take a little bit of practice. Take one edge and fold over the other edges of the dumpling as you work your way around. At the very end, you're going to want to close it up and leave a small hole so that air can escape through when we steam it. And just like that, you've created a dragon-sized dumpling. To cook the regular-sized dumplings, simply bring a pot of water to a boil and drop the dumplings in one by one. Give it a stir and let them cook. You'll know they're ready when they start floating to the top. The skin will be wrinkled and they should be slightly transparent as well. Take them out and they're ready to serve. Now because the dragon-sized dumpling is so big, we'll be steaming it. Add some water to a wok, put it on medium, and wait till the water comes to a boil. Next, take your dumpling and carefully place it on a bed of lettuce on a ceramic plate. Place this inside the steamer, cover it up, and let it steam for 15 to 20 minutes. My goodness, that is a lot of dumpling. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've just created one of China's most iconic dishes, the dumpling. Now they would be pretty boring to eat just by themselves, so we're going to create a dipping sauce. For this you'll need black rice vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. Combine 1 part vinegar, 2 parts soy sauce, 1 part sesame oil, and stir them all together. It's as simple as that. Now if you want it to be a little spicier, feel free to add in some red chili paste. It's time to eat! Now typically dumplings are eaten with forks or chopsticks, but in cases of extreme hunger and pandas, hands are allowed.
Alright,
And now for the ultimate...
that'll be it for today's video. See you guys next time. Goodbye.